everybody. Welcome back to issue 9, a very special issue of the Infinite Backlog, a chronological tour through the best and most noteworthy Marvel comics. I'm just Andy today, and I've got my two good friends and co-hosts, Shane.
Hello.
And Rory.
Hey.
And today I think we're just kind of we're shifting down a gear. We're slowing this train down a little bit.
Yeah, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving here. We're all tired and droopy.
We all have the turkey sweat still.
No,
Yeah.
we thought it would be fun to do something a little different, and if there's anybody out there reading along with us, give them a break from the breakneck pace that we go.
Yeah, and maybe we call this a catch-up week.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think it's kind of fun. Yeah, and I'm excited. We've been recording this podcast for about 2 months now, and we've read, by my count, roughly 80 issues of Marvel Comics from the 60s.
That's so many.
Which is pretty cool if you think about it. That's a nice little accomplishment. We have a long way to go, of course, but like 80 seems like a much bigger number to me than I thought it would be.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, like I guess, I mean, like we said, this is a loosey-goosey type episode, but I wanted to do a little bit of reflecting while we're here. I think it's interesting that when we read a ton of comics, we're probably not going to remember most of them. I think that's just kind of the nature of memory, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna get through a few hundred of these and then be like, I guess I read that Molten Man issue, but like,
how dare you? Not Molten Man, not the Golden God himself.
Yeah, Molten Man is like the top of the things you will remember from your life.
Well, okay, so that's my question, right? So we're deep in Silver Age Marvel. What's been the memorable shit so far for you guys? Like, what's been sticking in your brain?
I mean, it's only last week, so perhaps that may ebb. But I dig the Inhumans arrival as well as the sort of. Mm-hmm. This feels like we're now getting into the swing of what Marvel is, where it's like, we're doing cosmic shit. We're bringing in titles together and flexing around. Where Spider-Man's not quite there, right? Like a guest will show up, but we're kind of just doing Spider-Man.
Right. Spider-Man feels really insular, and I like it. I like Spider-Man a lot. I think it's my favorite one that we're reading. Obviously, I'm biased. I love Spider-Man, but like as a piece of literature to read, I think I enjoy it the most, but I don't know that it's always the most Marvel and the most fun in that way. Fantastic Four is constantly bonkers, and it might not be as good of a title, but it is bringing the fire.
Like, for something small and insular, I had a much better time with the single issue of Daredevil we read.
Yes. Okay, so I was definitely going to bring that up. I remember Daredevil very fondly. I know his run in the 60s is not particularly well acclaimed, but it felt like a breath of fresh air.
But it's a home run for the first time up to bat. Like, even if it spends a little bit of time kind of sucking, it really did hit the ground running. Which it's too bad if it falters. Although we have not confirmed that, really. We're taking somebody's word for that.
Exactly. General internet wisdom. We know how good internet wisdom is.
The GIW, general internet wisdom.
Russian robots telling me what to think about Marvel comics. Yeah. My big thing that I remember the most, I think what's sticking in my brain the most is Betty Brant and all of that ridiculousness. Something about it was really potent for me, and how sad her situation is and how bad Peter is for her. So like a combination of like Betty Brant and then the Trapster. I think the Trapster is just going to live rent free in my mind for the rest of my life.
So wait, the Betty Brant stuff though, like, is some of the most consistent things in the comics.
Yeah.
I think that we've seen so far. I think it's a storyline that has continued from the beginning into literally what we read this week. Right?
Yes.
And there's no like weird reset button or like, it's not like a one shot thing. Like, Betty was a main recurring storyline.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's so easy to grab on to Betty in my head because like
oh baby.
Okay, well I'm not
trash.
This isn't my bedroom persona talking. This is no, this is I'm
wait,
just
should
saying...
we all have bad weather personas? Hang
I
on,
think we
wait.
absolutely should.
Yeah, wait. What's everyone's bad weather persona?
I don't know.
It's hard to do that with my name.
I know it's really tough.
You can't be like Rory Tsunami.
Oh, we can just put in anything? Yeah, I could be Rory Tsunami.
Yeah, no rules. No rules. It's like NaNoWriMo.
No rules. No rules.
I don't know. Is there something I'm Andrew or Andy? Is there something in Handrew?
Ooh, Handrew. Is that anything?
Is that anything about how I'm like good with my hands?
Hurricane Rory's good too.
Ooh, Hurricane Rory.
Hurricane Rory. Wait, I'm sorry, wait. Were we doing sexual things or are we doing weather-related things?
It's a little of both, baby.
I misunderstood the assignment.
That's the secret. It's always been the same. God, I went to see a play when I was in New York a couple times ago where it was a David Mamet play called Race, and at the end of Act 1 there was this line. It was David Alan Grier and James Spader, and they were both these lawyers, and they were having this big argument. And like the two lines that ended Act 1, I'll always remember them because they were so fucking over the top. It was like, wait, I thought this whole case we were talking about sex, not race. And then the other guy goes, what's the difference? And then the lights just like went out. The lights just like fucking went out. And I was like, David Mamet, you really think that you said some serious shit just now?
Wait. I have to talk about a bad play too. Hang on. Andy.
This is what today is about. This is this week.
You can't bring up a bad play, and then I have to tell you about a play that I saw. I don't remember what it was called, but I was going around for the name drop Gregory adjudications.
Yes. Because they let pretty much anybody do that.
Exactly, yeah. So there was this play that we saw where...
You don't have to be named Gregory?
No, you do not have to be named Gregory to adjudicate for the Gregory Awards.
All the lights of the theater were pointing at the audience, and when I say that, I mean all of the source fours were all just like pointing straight at the audience, like rows.
We're not sponsored by Source 4. Just one
rows and rows and rows and rows of them, right? And so when the play started, I looked at the person that I was there with, and I was like, they're gonna shine lights in our face. And she was like, no, they're not. They're probably just like, that's where they keep them. And I was like, no, they're gonna shine lights in our face.
This is just the house plot where they point at the audience.
Every scene change, or every time the person on stage remembered something dramatic, bright whites in your face for like 3 or 4 seconds. I had to cover my face with my program more times ever. It was crazy.
Theater's really in touch with what people want. Is generally what I would say about the industry that I like to function in. I think it's really in touch with the people.
Jesus. Get your life together,
my
Seattle.
God.
This'll get them to look inside. Who's even the actor?
Whoa. Shane, I need a weather/sex persona for you.
Oh, what if I'm deep sea Shane?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say Deep Shane.
Deep Shane. I think Deep Shane's good too.
Deep Shane, Hurricane Rory, and Handrew. See, I like this.
How about Downtown Handrew?
Ooh, Downtown Handrew. Fuck.
Oh, that makes it
sound even dirtier. Like we're both wearing like all of our clothes except the ones that are necessary to remove, you know. We're sort of incognito, and I'm going to give you a Downtown Andrew.
Just the fedoras left. We all have fedoras.
Oh my God.
This is nothing.
Drink this Latvian berry juice.
That's something that stuck in your mind, the Latvian berries.
It did actually. Yes. God. Man,
Latberry splash.
And then at the end of that issue, when they play Rock'em Sock'em Robots with their brains.
Yeah. I think okay, so I think that annual was that an annual? I don't even remember. But there was an annual where we got Doctor Doom's origin story. That's a really high point for me in terms of like I don't know, just like character interest. Because there's so many wooden people right now in the comics, and it was nice to kind of see like a backstory explored that had some interesting nuance that like some tied to some real world issues. And obviously we talked about it in that episode about how it was kind of not up to sort of 2020 standards what we would expect, but like for 1963, 4 or whatever what it was pretty good. So I remember that one a lot. I liked that issue. We should probably, as we're going through this podcast, we should probably be keeping track of our favorite issues so that we can actually make some recommendations post-decade. It might be a good idea.
I think what we've said, right, definitely Daredevil 1 is one that is kind of an unqualified recommendation. Mm-hmm. And I think if you have even the vaguest familiarity with the Fantastic Four, you can jump in at the Inhuman plot and have a good time.
Yeah, I agree with that. As much as you might like Namor, Rory, I don't think those stories are doing what they need to be doing yet.
No, not at all.
Namor's never good, and that's kind of part of his charm. It's just like never really that good. It's this black sheep they refuse to like kick out of the flock.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that we read Fantastic Four 1 and 2 and then jumped to 30. Like 31.
Yeah. Well,
that may have been an Andrew edition, right? Did you give us their first appearance?
I gave us the first ones. Yeah. So I mean, we mentioned. So we mentioned this. I mentioned this at the beginning of our podcast, but I'm basing my list. Obviously, we're making changes to it, but I'm basing my list off of the detailed rating lists from Comic Book Herald, and they have like a list of essential trades from like 1961 to like 1990 or something. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and at the I think his inclination would have been like read Fantastic Four 1 through 60, but that sounded like hell. And so instead what he recommended was starting at around like 30 and reading like 30 issues of it. And even that, of course, for us right now has seemed like a lot of Fantastic Four.
It's still hell.
It's still a little bit hell, but imagine how much worse it would have been if we had read those first 30 as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, I think we jumped in at the sort of the interesting stuff where we start, we're gonna get Galactus, we've got the Inhumans, we're gonna get Black Panther, we're gonna get like all the interesting stuff that starts getting introduced in that title. I think happens in that second 30, and so that's kind of why we jumped in there. But I know that as we move into the 70s, we're gonna be throwing some wrenches into this list of our own. Now that we've got our feet under us and a little bit of context, I want to throw in some of that Tomb of Dracula bullshit. I want to read some vampire comics.
Oh my god!
Oh, totally. And
we'll probably check in on.
I don't think the Avengers are their most popular team for quite a while.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
So the Fantastic Four
popular
kind of the flagship title, I think. At least like flagship super team.
They are. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up. We haven't really talked too much about this, but there is a strange thing going on in this company, which is that Stan Lee writes everything. And they have not a ton of titles, but they have enough titles where it's ridiculous that one man pretty much writes the vast majority of everything that comes out. And it reminded me that I never really looked up what, quote unquote, the Marvel method meant. I've always heard people talk about it in terms of like how they used to write comics. This is wild. And I think this kind of explains a lot of what we've seen here in the 60s. Stan would not actually write the comics. He would write treatments for the comics. He would give them like maybe 4 paragraphs or a phone conversation with the artist. The artist would walk away and then draw without actual text or dialogue, maybe a few snippets. He would draw 20 pages of a comic based on that. Stan would come back and look at what they had drawn, kind of be like, oh, cool, look at these new ideas the artist brought in. And then he would write all of the specific dialogue to fit the art that he got back. And that, I feel like, explains a lot of why we have so much explanation, where he's trying to fit in a story on top of, like, art that maybe didn't exactly match what he wanted, but, like, then he's got these panels where it's like, oh, I didn't expect him to do that, but I should probably put my mark on this panel. I'll just describe what's happening, you know?
Well, and so much dialogue in these issues is people just saying what's happening, or kind of double and triple stating things. Like, you know, when a hero flies over a crowd, right, and every single, like, there's just 5 different bits of dialogue that are just, oh wow, it's it's Reed Richards. Stated 5 different ways.
Look, there's a crowd down there. Is that Reed Richards up there? Oh, wow. Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't even think it's until the late 60s, early 70s that other writers even start coming in and stand steps back. It's like he built this foundation of stuff that he wanted to have like super control over and like introduce all these heroes. And then he steps back and just kind of does more of an editor-in-chief role. And then other people have to sort of match what he's already set up for those characters. I don't know. It's an odd thing that one guy had so much like story control over the whole company's worth of titles.
Well, but to your point, you know, if you give somebody over the phone, you know, a 4-minute like brief about what you want to have happen, there's a pretty reasonable case to be made that the artist is doing the bulk of the kind of narrative design.
Yes, and therein lies a lot of that controversy, right?
And then there's the Jack Kirby of it all.
Because he gets credited as the writer and creator, and it's like, fucker, you told me this guy might wear yellow, and I designed a character, and you said I made him. I got notes on
a roll of toilet paper, you son of a bitch.
I mean, they didn't have any like recourse against it, right? They were just happy to have a job.
Well, right. I mean, you know,
or like nobody
was
noticed.
Their boss. He was like, writer and editor-in-chief. It's like, you know, you can either...
He's J. Jonah.
He is J. Jonah. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's J. Jonah.
Yeah. So you can bow down to Stan and do things the way Stan wants, or you can go work at DC, I guess. But yeah, it's weird. I think when I was looking up the Marvel method, I saw some quotes from people like Gene Colan and other people that are like, yeah, like I was kind of scared to go into his office, but I generally like provided what he wanted. So I think we had a good working relationship, but like he was really intimidating to talk to.
That's so intense. That's like, that's just not the, like, obviously not the vision I have in my head of him, right? Like,
well, no, because he's got this, you know, this cute old man, like, persona now that makes all the cameos in the Marvel movies. And now, of course, he's dead. And so it's like, you know, he's got that, you know, not like saying
you don't speak ill of the dead, sort of. He's got a
exactly.
Yeah, he's revered in a way that makes it harder to criticize.
Totally.
I feel like if someone's dead, it's easier to criticize them.
Yeah, in a way. They can't get mad at you.
Yeah. Like, what are they gonna do? Tell them, and they're gonna what?
But I guess it has an element of like, what you don't. I don't know. You're not wrong. Obviously, it's definitely easier to talk shit about somebody after they're dead. I just think most people don't.
Yeah.
But so wait, it's not even talking shit though. It's just like some people have to come forward with like the truth of what happened.
Yeah. No, for sure. You know, I mean, obviously, I don't think it was like, I never got the vibe that outside of some certain situations, like with Jack Kirby, where obviously there was a huge fight going on, it didn't seem like predatory necessarily. It's just, it was obvious that Stan had a big ego and like a lot of pride in what he had made.
Yeah, as a control freak, and it was his company. He's kind of an Elon Musky type with like, we do it my way. Yeah. And, you know, it's a free country, so work here or don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I'm sure times were not, you know, easy for a comic book creator in the 60s. I think, you know, they had yet to outseat DC as top dog, and so they're definitely like underdog coming up, fighting against things like Superman and Batman, and trying to sort of, you know, pull Flash out of the pan, be like, how's Daredevil? You like Daredevil more than Superman?
Well, and they also have their roots in these penny comics and this Pulp Fiction style thing that's like, you know, I don't think you were really meant to have a favorite author or to consider them artists in the traditional sense. It's schlock content, and, you know, there are writers who produced hundreds and hundreds of novels, but they're just kind of, you know, a stream of consciousness, a coke-addled stream of consciousness that they churn out over a weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and, you know, of course, we're talking about Stan right now, but like if I would say the huge majority of everything, all 80 issues that we've read so far, have all been illustrated by Steve Ditko or Jack Kirby. Like, they have a very small number of artists working as well, and I think they were pretty overworked and, doing amphetamines to keep up, whereas like Stan gets to kind of just do a one pager over the phone for you, and then you got to go walk away and make.
And then you got to go do the
pages.
coke.
Yeah,
keeps his nose clean.
Yeah, I think we've had one different artist that wasn't Kirby or Ditko, and it was the one on Daredevil. It was I'm forgetting his name right now, but yeah, that was the only different artist we've had so far. But I know that as we move into the end of the 60s, we're about to start seeing a lot of different artists as they realize, like, I think they lose one of them. They might lose Ditko or the other one or Kirby. I don't remember.
I think Kirby leaves, but I don't remember when.
Yeah, and and they're expanding. They're coming up with new titles, and so it's like, okay, let's have new artists. I know we're saving a lot of money by essentially exploiting 4 people, but like, let's have more people, shall we? Let's make a company. I don't know how they got through the Atlas and Timely years running like that, but I don't know. I guess there's enough of a profit margin. It's just crazy, I mean, in the context of how we assume things run these days, with creator-owned comic books where it's like one writer, one artist, and they get together and they kind of make a vision happen, as opposed to like being a workhorse for a whole company like Marvel. It's like, I'm Jack Kirby and I draw, well, everything, I guess. It's bananas.
Well, you wanted to get paid to do your art.
Oh, that's so real and sad.
Oh my god, that's too real.
Now draw more circles, you corporate stooge. I want 1,200 circles on my desk. By the end of the day,
I've invented a new hero. His name's Circle Man. Is this good? He's just circles.
We're saving so much on writing.
Oh god, the shapely times.
We don't even have to color him. He's just circles.
He's
just circles.
Oh god.
So this happened to me yesterday, and I'm still furious about it. I was walking down. I was walking down the sidewalk, and
tell me more.
And this woman, this like a narrow sidewalk. She has her car door open. It goes basically to the like buildings. It's completely obstructed, and she's parked super close to this other car, so that it's kind of like a corridor that she's completely blocked off.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, I don't know, rummaging under her seat or something. She looks up, sees me coming, and then does fuck all about it and goes right back to her rummaging. And I think the part that makes me so angry, well, it's twofold, and it's like it's a self-feeding thing, and it's because it worked. Because I was so pissed that she did that she had the audacity, that now the moment of like a reasonable interaction is completely gone. If I talk to her at all, it's an altercation now.
Oh my god.
And for my own mental health, I just decided against it, and I turned around, I walked out of the little car corridor into the street around the cars and back onto the sidewalk. And she just completely won by being so obscenely rude to me. She denied me all reasonable reason. Like I was so angry that she just won that easily.
See, we can turn this into a 22-page comic.
Yes. Yes, we can. Well, but then Stan Lee will write a lot of he'll add a lot of those yellow boxes where he describes what you're feeling in the moment and uses a lot of alliteration and too many adjectives.
Now
maybe
you see,
a few these and thous.
But this is
the part where Rory decided he was gonna go home. But wait, he decided he's not gonna go home.
Turned around.
His stomach still felt irpy from that food he ate the other day. See last issue.
No, look, because it's such a cheat code like to be so rude to somebody that they're kind of stunned and you're not prepared for a fight of the magnitude that has been presented to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I just backed off because I I was just walking down the street minding my own business, and now this woman wants to have a fist fight, and I wasn't ready for it, so I just left.
You can just be like, con permiso, like, let me through.
She looked, and she decided against it.
Maybe she thought you could fit. She's like, you can squeeze.
You'll go under.
You should have literally just stepped onto her hood. Should have stepped onto her hood and walked over her car.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
You just kind of looked her dead in the face and went, monster truck rules, bitch.
Oh, Christ. Thanks for sharing, Rory.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Rory.
Thanks for bringing that to group.
Guess the listeners want to know what's going on in our lives, Andy.
Yeah, this is our catch-up week.
Yeah, totally.
This one is just a bottle of ketchup.
Sorry, I shouldn't have been trying so hard to make this relevant. We should just, yeah. Shane, you got any grievances you want to air? It's almost Festivus.
Okay, readers. This is Paste Pot Pete's cousin, Ketchup Man.
He's a lot less effective. He's great at a cookout. For real though, I'd hang out with Paste Pot Pete for a day. I want to do a ride along with that guy. Do villains do ride alongs like the cops do? I guess.
Keep setting him up for easy wins. Oh, this is so slippery. If only somebody could glue it down for me.
Oh, I keep dropping my coffee cup. If only I could have a grip on it.
And then Pete's face just lights up. He just really turns on when someone needs glue. Sorry, he's the trapster now. He's grown up and he's very serious. He's a very serious villain. He's part of the Frightful Four.
Oh my god, even better. The whole time Andy keeps calling him Paste Pot Pete, and he keeps being like, the trapster.
That's not my name.
Oh, shit.
Glue is the tool of boys, and I am a man. I demand
when I
to be
became a man,
to.
I put away such childish things like glue.
Paste pots.
Paste pots.
He upgraded from Elmer's to like wood glue.
Men use epoxy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Epoxy, rubber cement.
We cut back to just him in school as a little boy, and he's just playing with a little thing of Elmer's, and some bully comes by and knocks it out of his hand.
It was then, dear readers, that he knew.
Here comes Pete. He loves glue. I don't love it.
He has a popsicle stick glued to his forehead.
Pete loves glue.
Well, I would watch
show
this movie.
Paste Pot Origins.
Paste Pot Origins. Yes.
Oh no.
That could be a good stream. It's just a little boy who's just a little demon child who's just obsessed with glue. Some little Damien Omen. Some gluey little Damien Omen.
From that day forward, he was no longer glue stick Peter. He was paste pot Pete.
Dude, you remember glue sticks when they didn't trust us with paste because they thought we'd eat it?
And then we just ate the glue sticks and used it like chapstick. Look at my chapstick.
Smeared on toast.
That's a dangerous chapstick because then when the boys and girls are
the most dangerous chapstick.
One of us kiss each other behind the gym, then they're all stuck.
Yeah, you all throw your chapsticks in a big brown bag and shake it up, and one of them's glue.
Chapstick roulette. And then the teacher comes around behind. It's like, Pete, were you kissing him? And he's like, no, I wasn't. She's like, your lips are on his lips. And he's like, no, they're not.
You've betrayed me for the last time, Glue.
I have a love-hate relationship with paste.
Did you know that most drag queens like glue down their eyebrows?
I did know that. I've actually watched them do that.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I was an understudy for Hairspray for Edna, and I was back there watching them do their makeup, and it was like, I was like, oh yeah, this all makes sense, but I did not actually expect it.
Oh yeah. I had to pull some culture into it.
Were you going to explain why they do it, or is it just the most effective way?
Oh no, so they
can paint over it.
They paint over it because you glue it down for texture, and then you build the brows.
Glue's for texture.
Yeah. Yes. Or else you're trying to put makeup on your actual hair, Rory.
Yes, it doesn't work as well. God. Hey, I know it was short notice and we asked you, and I don't know if you've had a time to create one. Did you come up with sort of an epic fuck, marry, kill for us, Shane?
I don't know if it's epic, but
okay.
I listen, sometimes I throw the fuck, marry, kill to the wind, and I just
and the wind answers.
The wind answers. the typhoon that is the fuck, marry, kill answers us. But today I thought I would, since we're dialing it back a little bit, we're taking a little step back from things.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe we would have a serious discussion about this week's fuck, marry, kill. Okay. So this week's fuck, marry, kill is Namor.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Whoa. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. You weren't serious. You weren't kidding.
And Ben Grimm.
Ooh.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. Okay, there's a lot to consider here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Such as vis-a-vis the fuckability of one Ben Grimm.
I think we can assume his rod is standing at attention as a rock. Does he just have a monument to his granite form?
Does he have a permanent erection?
I think he would have to, unless you got soft rocks. Unless you know about soft rocks.
Oh, wait. Is it any rock?
Oh, you mean like Steely Dan?
Well played.
You can't bring Steely Dan to the show. Put him back.
First of all, it's not a guy. Second of all, he belongs everywhere, and I now am calling him he, like he's a guy. So first of all, forget first of all. Second of all, Steely Dan is always relevant.
B number 2.
So okay. So we've established that the thing is definitely fuckable in a physical sort of way.
Sure. But he's also marryable.
I know.
Yeah. He's like the kind of dumb boy that you marry, right? He's kind of dumb. Who like takes care of you. He's
know
so
that dumb boy you marry as opposed to the fun one you keep on the side.
Why can't you have your cakes and eat it too?
I don't know. It's a good
Just
question.
Kidding. Take me off the record of saying that. I don't believe that.
Married down, everybody.
It's easier that way.
You should do that.
It's just easier.
You'll be happier.
Okay, so let's. All right. So Ben Grimm, he's funny. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of charm.
Yes.
He's chiseled, and he's committed. You know,
literally chiseled.
I'm assuming in this situation, Alicia's out of the picture, and Ben is on the market.
But he's also a sort of tortured sad sack who refuses to go to therapy.
That's true. Yes, he might bring his problems home with him.
He might bring work home with him.
But he's only a sad sack because Alicia's blind.
You think?
He brings that to the he brings that up as often as he can, where he's like, she's only with me because she's blind and she can't see what I look like.
Okay, so he's using it as an excuse to sort of fuel his own insecurities. Yeah. I feel what you're talking about. Okay, so Ben's got some baggage. Let's pivot to Namor, who definitely has baggage. Good qualities of Namor. Hit me.
I mean, he's a sleek water twink. He's more of a twunk, but I'll give you sure.
I'll give that.
But he's constantly wet. from his deep sea excursions.
He is, which means that he can stand up to the Human Torch really, really well.
Yeah,
that's true. Dude, you know that scene in like the Bond movie, but especially the ones with Daniel Craig, where he like comes out of the ocean and he's just like like the water's just like falling off all the time, all off of all those crags and points that man has. that's like what Namor's got going on all the time, like freshly surfaced energy.
The many right angles of Daniel Craig, like a coffee table book.
I would watch Daniel Craig as Namor, you guys.
Yeah, they wouldn't cast him that way.
Didn't Daniel Craig just get somebody? Am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not that I've heard.
Oh shit! I could have sworn I read it, but I could be on crazy drugs. Oh, he's Magneto. He's Magneto, or he's potentially Magneto. I don't know if that.
Oh, there's rumors. There's rumors for Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie.
Well, it's better than Nito. Okay. So Namor, he's wet all the time, but he's dour, maybe emotionally unavailable.
Which is great because I don't need to talk about his feelings all day. Ben Grimm's
It is amazing to me that you are not married, Rory.
Yeah, I feel like Namor's got this like giant chip on his shoulder as a.
He's going to constantly remind you he's the king, which is going to be annoying.
Yes, he's the king, and then you'll be like, "You want to come hang out with my human friends?" And he'll be like, "I'm only half human," and it's like, "That's not a problem. It is for me." And he'll like,
I'm going to go be king of some. I'm going to go be king of some fish.
What are you doing Saturday at 3? I'm being king of some fish.
King of the fish.
I'm busy being king of fish. How about? Oh God, you specifically said Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, but I feel like it's a package deal, and we got to talk about it.
It is a package deal. It is a package deal, unfortunately. I did mean the Spider-Man / Peter Parker. Sorry.
Yeah, man, talk about emotional. I don't know if he's emotionally unavailable, but he's definitely like an emotional roller coaster.
He's going to cheat on you for sure. You'll never know where Peter Parker is when he's out at night. I don't know.
I think the problem is that Spider-Man carries around too many emotions, and he doesn't have any outlet for them.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, so you want to fuck him back to normal?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems. I think one of the biggest problems with Spider-Man is that he literally like needs a release for these issues. That he's having.
This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing this
so
over
unhealthy.
and over again.
He's literally so unhealthy in the way he processes emotions and the way he processes his feelings. And so I think we just kill him. I think to save everybody trouble and a big bill of going to a therapist, and to save yourself heartache for trying to fix this boy who doesn't want to fix himself, you kill him.
Oh my God.
That's my 2 cents.
God, I mean, the way you kept talking about how much he needs a release, I really thought you were going to choose fuck on him and then toss him away.
No, he's a lost cause.
Yeah,
like some sort of therapeutic one night stand to sort of reset his emotional health. But no, you want to kill him. Okay. Shit. I mean, good points about Peter. Good points about Peter. He is.
Because it would depend, Andy, if you think you can bang the blues away.
It would depend.
If I had $1 for every time I did that.
Now, I would say on the positive side for Peter, he is demonstrably sweet. Like in the right moments, like with Betty, he was clearly like a sweet guy to hang out with. It didn't last very long, but he's smart. He's built. There's a lot in the pros column. There's so much in the con. God damn it.
There's so much in the con. He can build web shooters, right? He's athletic.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
He can take you on those swing rides around town.
He's got a big boy brain.
He can build your own sex swing.
He could build a sex swing.
All right, you've said what you think about kill. You want to kill Peter Parker. Who do you marry?
I want to kill Peter Parker, and I want to fuck the shit out of Namor. because I feel like he would be so annoying. And
To
he
spend
seems
your life with?
yeah, he'd be the most annoying person to spend my life with, number one. And also, I can't breathe underwater, you fucking idiot. And like, I don't know. I feel like Namor is kind of like militant, right? He's got that kind of like very
Like a Navy boy?
yeah. He's got a real militant vibe. And in my experience, it's excuse me, my in my speculation, I feel like the militant side fades away in the bedroom for a little while, but then it comes right back when you're done. And it's just like, and I just like Ben Grimm is the marrying type. He's a merry boy.
Now
right.
I'm gonna go with Mary on Ben Grimm for sure. I think you spend your life with Ben. I think you will never be bored. I think he will make me laugh.
Yep.
I think it'll be a good time. But I kill Namor.
Oh, okay. All right.
One Night in Spidey Town, I think, is a little more fun for me. I think it sounds a little more fun, you know? And I in a world where, you know, of course I'm disgustingly straight, and so this is all hypothetical, but in terms of
I like that it's hypothetical because you're straight and not because they're fictional.
But if I were to be said to have a type, it would not be Namor. In terms of like the one that I want to just sort of like, you know, have a good time with one night. I think I go for those softer features. I think I go for the nicer boy.
And Andy goes for the Twinkie Spider-Man.
I think
smart
you're right.
Twinkie spiders.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. But of course, we still marry Ben Grimm.
Yeah, of
Rory?
course.
What if? Now here's a dilemma for you.
Okay.
Ben Grimm and Namor are adults, formed, and you're getting what you're getting. So the question becomes, what could you teach Spider-Man?
Oh my god, I feel gross. that sentence made me so uncomfortable.
Oh my god. So you're sort of marrying as like a protege in life
You're
coaching.
locking him up to teach him.
It's like a you know, rule of two sort of Star Wars-y sort of relationship.
Okay, yeah, and you're gonna fix him.
Well, I'm gonna be his dark master. and
You're gonna be his what is that guy's name? Palpatine, Snoke. What are those people's names?
Yes, you got him.
Oh God. Something, Peter.
So what I love about this is that Shane and I approached this like, who do we want to marry? And Rory looked at the situation and said, I can get something out of this personally. I can train up a fucking minion. So you marry Peter. Who do you kill?
Then you kill, I think, Namor.
Yeah. Okay. And then you choose a night with a thing.
Yeah.
I get it.
Because that's going to inform how I, you know, relate with Spider-Man.
Is it?
Well, I think so. Because, like, you know, Ben Grimm is a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's my opinion that you learn his moves, and then, you know, take them.
And then you pass them on to your fucking Padawan. God damn it. Ugh. Hey, this has been a fun catch-up week.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed today. This was a good time for us, and we'll be back next week with issue 10 with an actual reading list. This time, we're gonna find out what happens with Galactus. And yeah, thanks for being here. I don't have a
Bye.
sign off. Wait.
Sorry.
Wait, Shane, how about a sign off?
Oh, do you want to sign off from me?
Or Rory this time? Rory, come up with a sign off.
Rory, do you sign off?
Sure. So I feel like
I'm gonna fuck Spider-Man.
Everybody keep it safe, keep it where it goes, and
I kind of love. All right, thanks for being here, everybody. Keep it where it goes.
keep it where it goes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.